Hi, this is Lillian from Lily's Crafty Corner. Today I'm going to share with you a swap that I'm going to be doing with a group called Crafty Manipulators. I am in the swap with, it's a group swap. It's with Bonnie Myers and Becky Baker, and a lady named Lasagna Berger is the hostess of it. And what it's called is Spring Tag Flip. And what we had to do was make 5 tags, make 3 sets of embellishments, and then add 3 store-bought items plus 1 crafting item that we like to craft with. So today I'm going to share with you what I put together or created for the ladies. I'm going to start with the tags, and I guess I can just untie that, but I thought it might slip off. And as you can see, the first one is a coffee tag, and it has on hope your holiday, or hope your day is amazing. I made these paper flowers. I also dyed the tag, the little ribbons. These are a binding ribbon, and it's called Snug Hug or Hug Snug, Snug Hug, something like that. And I did get it on Amazon. And on the back, we were to put down the name of the swap, which is Spring Tag Flip, April 2019, my name. Lily's Crafty Corner is my YouTube, and I live in Wappingers Falls, New York. So anyway, that is how number 1 tag looks. Number 2 is a shaker tag, and these are just so much fun to make. It does have several layers here to give it the thickness, and I did use some flowers. Now these we got from on Amazon, and they're just, you know, all over the place. I mean, there's various sellers, so you just pick who you want. The other thing I did, I have a little punch that's a butterfly, and I put that on here and threw some stickles on it, and it just really came out cute. I also inked the edges with, oh gosh, it's one of Tim Holtz's inks. I believe it's Velvet or Victorian Velvet, and it's a muted pink. It's really pretty. And then the third one is the next one is a tag that I used. Actually, I don't know if you're familiar with Genevieve Designs, but she has some templates, and the paper is the cards, the decorative paper is also in part of her templates, and you do pay for most of them. She does do once in a while a freebie Friday. She's only done a few, however, they're great. I love her things, and as you cut them out yourself, and it's great. I did back it on some what do you call it? The craft cardstock. I hate this when I'm doing a video. I can't, my words don't always come to me. It's crazy. And then I also had some die cuts, ephemera from Tim Holtz and somebody else. The flower is from Tim Holtz. This is just, I don't know, it was just something that was in there. It might have been recollections. I added a button, and then I also took, and I made some more. I made quite a few of these flowers, and I did use them in the swap, and then I just took some ribbon and just folded it over to make some tails, and I think that came out kind of cute. Then the next one I used was it was a ticket. I die cut. This came from one of the programs from what do you call it? Cricut Design. And cut it out with the Cricut Maker. Actually, my daughter cut it out for me. Then I used an eyelet there and some other ribbon that I also dyed. We have tickets to our local farm team for the Tampa Bay Rays, and I used one of the tickets as ephemera, and then I cut out found it on the internet, take me out to the ball game, because it's one of the things that definitely says spring to me, and so I just thought it was fun to do. My last tag is a butterfly that was also from one of the freebies or whatever you get from the Google, and it's a butterfly, and I just put a few layers there to give it some durability, stability. And I took and used some trim I had, and then put the pearls on top, and then took some stickles and gave him a little bit of a shiny antennas there. And the other thing that we had to do, which I'm going to show you now because I want to bring it up with some of the stuff that we have here that we're working with. We were also to put in something that we won't craft without. And I'm one person who absolutely loves this, the glue sticks. And it doesn't matter really whether it's you pay a lot of money for the glue sticks or you get a bunch of them at Hobby Lobby or whatever. But what's so great about them is when you're using, using like the score tape, when you go to put it down, how it kind of just, you're stuck with it if you don't get it lined up right. If you put this over, just run it over just run it over the score tape, it gives you some wiggle room, it gives you some time to adjust your, whatever you're putting on, putting together so that you can get it lined up properly. The other thing that I use it for, which I didn't use on any of the project, but I like to use it on my washi tape. And then the other thing that I do is, even though I take and may have used, like on this trim here, the fabric trim, what I found works for me is I burnished very hard the score tape on the back of this, and then I take and run the glue stick over it, and then I put a couple of dots of hot glue. Well, I'll tell you, it does. It's three things, but I'm going to say this I will say will stay on. I won't have a problem with the trim, the fabric trim coming off. It's quite on there. The other thing is I use a lot of times the glue stick or even dabs of hot glue. Even though usually the flatbacks do have sticky stuff on it, but it usually doesn't hold up. So either using the hot glue or just rubbing the glue stick on top of where it's already sticky, it'll give it, it'll adhere better, and you have a better chance of the things not just easily falling off. So I just like to add that for you. So that's that. And now the next part was we had to do 3 hand embellishments, make them handmade embellishments. And what these are the coins or circles. I punched out with one of the Fisker's punches, and then I took various flowers and I used keys. I don't know if you can see them all because I actually didn't realize I was embellishing so much that it was hard to see the keys. But I did do the keys, I added the flowers, I did stickling around that one. This one you can see the key better. Used an applique, which was actually it was a flower and leaves, but on this one I just used the leaves and the little flowers, the mulberry flowers, and ink that. And I also did the same thing with the yellow one. And with that one, here's the key. It's off to the side. And then you can see where I added some pearls and some flowers. And I took the, it was just wide lace, and I kind of just made a little haphazard bow there to give it a little extra something. So I think they came out cute. Then the other thing that I did was I made some bows, and these bows I did on the 1, 2, 3 punch, and they're the small bows, but each one I wanted to put a little something different. So I have a button with a flat back, and this has a flat back, and then this one has just a plain button. So they're kind of cute and very spring-like. The other thing that I made for the handmaids, I did bottle caps, and I was able to find some pieces that, you know, I think they call them bales. And actually I had found them at AC Moore. And I just glued them onto the back because I find when I punch the hole and try to put the chain in, it kind of crushes the side. I always seem to crush it. And I've tried so many different times. So I made a shaker out of one. I put the epoxy cover on another one. And then this one I filled with flowers. So I think they kind of came out cute. And then here, I'm just going to put them back together to show you that they're all going. In fact, I'm going to show you, this one is actually put together for the hostess. The other thing I wanted to mention was I'm not showing you my store-boughts because we had to do 3 of those. And I'm just not sharing those yet. I want those to be a surprise for the ladies. But this is how it'll all look once I put it all